Well, there's some structural issues with the road above the York Street tunnel where we are now, and this area has been used for, I think, hundreds of years for storing pieces of architectural masonry, Roman stone that have been found on the site. So to carry out the works to the road above, we've had to clear the place. There's around 160 stones, some of them very small, some of them very large, up to 3/4 of a tonne, that we've had to get out of this space and move to a temporary store.
Now, this is an archaeological site as well as a storeroom, and you're having to move really heavy blocks of masonry across Roman walls. How have you managed to do that without damaging anything that is permanently here?
That's been one of the big challenges, the logistics of moving things around this very sensitive site. So we've had 2 Roman walls to cross, then there's a large step to get up, and we've had to move around some very tight spaces, and as you say, being careful not to damage anything. So we've constructed this scaffold platform, or had constructed, which runs over all of the sensitive material and provides us a good flat runway to move our stones on.
Now, you have the benefits of modern technology to help you lift these heavy blocks. Do you spare a thought for the Romans, for the original artisans who quarried the stone and cut it to shape to actually construct the Roman baths?
We certainly do. I mean, as you say, we have block and tackle, we have an electric hoist, but in Roman times they had none of that. They just had their, their strength and the ingenuity of their simpler lifting gear.
But you are using a modern version of a tool the Romans would have used in the first place?
We have. In the top of many of the stones that we are working on, they're called Lewis holes, and they're designed to take Lewis pins. It's how they've got a grip on the stone. Now, we've been using the Lewis pins just to lift, the initial lift on the stones, to get them off of the ground. Then we can push wood underneath them and wrap them with our modern straps and get a proper lift on them. So we have been using that technology a little bit, but not relying on it for the high lift. Okay, this is a big hole, but it shows the purpose. Do you want me to explain it? Or just Well, basically, these slots in the top are called Lewis holes, and the Romans used Lewis pins to lift stones in those holes. During this project, we haven't relied on this way of lifting the stones, but we've used it just to lift them up slightly, so we can put timbers underneath them and then get proper straps around. Now, this Lewis pin is too big for this hole, but it's fine to demonstrate. The hole tapers out in that direction, so you slot one part of the pin in there, the other part of the pin in there, and it bites against the holes. I say this pin's too small, but imagine a central piece goes in there to tighten up. Push, that goes on there, and then the pin goes through, and you lift it, and it's tight on the stone. Amazingly simple, and it still works. As I say, we've used the same holes, the modern set of pins, just to tickle them up off the ground, and then we've relied on our modern straps getting right underneath them, so we're confident that we have a secure lift.
Where is all this material going? Where's it being stored?
We have a temporary store in Keynsham, a large space which is filling rapidly with pallets of stone.
And this, I take it, will eventually come back here?
I don't know. I know some of it is destined to come back here, but I'm not sure of the future for the stones.
Most of it Roman, but some of it a bit more modern. The one thing the public, I don't think, has been able to see so far is a little bit of masonry from the house that Gainsborough originally occupied by the Abbey when he came to Bath to set up as an artist.
I think so. That's the pediment, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, that is in store in Keynsham, and we've just done a condition survey on it and made some recommendations for how it might be cleaned and conserved for display in the future.